Hello everybody and welcome to Higurashi When They Cry GOU episode 8 anime review, wrapping up the second arc. Before we get into it proper though, a couple things I need to get off my chest, but mention. First off, sorry this is a day late. I actually did watch it yesterday and I didn't have time to do a review because I had to go to the dentist and then my mouth was all numb. And then to add on to that, the internet went to poop. I suspect it probably had something to do with everybody getting their new PlayStation machines in the UK. They came out yesterday, Friday. I don't know when this video is going up. No, Thursday. I wasn't playing on mine. Yeah, I have one. Wasn't playing on it because I couldn't download nothing because the internet was down. Anyway, other thing, I burst a blood vessel in my eye and I was like, okay. Oh, not in my eye, but near my eye. You can see the red. I think that's what it is. Anyway, the point is, it's there, so now people won't ask questions about it. Anyway though, the episode itself, I suspect there's some trickery going on here. I'm suspecting that Mion wasn't always Mion, but the question is how much of Mion was actually Mion, and how much was Shion in disguise, is basically where I'm at. Because that's definitely what happened. It's just a question of which was which, at what point, if you get what I mean. But hey, Keiichi survived this time, so that's a bonus at least. But anyway, let's get on with the episode, see how everything went down, and do this thing. We open up shortly after we left off actually, so they still haven't found the mayor. That's pretty bad. Rika is also not in class even though she just talked to Keiichi a minute ago. Satoko suspects Keiichi might be up to something because she like proper is glaring at him like, what did you do, Keiichi? And he's like, I didn't do nothing. Mion reckons she was talking to someone round the school, round the back of the school, a construction worker of some kind. We don't know, do we know anything about the construction workers? I don't think we do. I'm very tired, it turns out, because this is actually quite late. They all look around the school for what's her name? Rika. Keiichi finds a locked room, which then Mion pulls him away from and is like, no, look on the roof instead. So I'm pretty sure that this is Shion. At this point, at least, it's Shion. I don't know if the whole time it was Shion, but stopping her going in the room, because we later learn that's where Rika's body was, in the room. She was already dead at this point, I guess. My guess is Shion killed her. Maybe she was disguised as Mion the whole time, but Shion killed Rika, I reckon. And then stuck her in the room and then stopped Keiichi going in the room. But yeah, he's on the roof and she starts freaking out saying she's got to end this. Rika is the ringleader who was killing people. So she's been a bit freaking out a little bit, man. Ladder shaking, lots of ladder shaking. I remember the scene in the original. And it happened a bit differently here. I think they were actually at a completely different location in the original. But the ladder shaking scene still happened, and that was Shion, if I remember right, disguised as Mion. So I'm sort of suspecting it's the same thing here. Basically what I'm saying is, I don't think Mion did anything wrong at any point. I think she's a good one the whole time. Sensei then shows up while she's shaking the ladder and says, hey, class is cancelled, go home. And then Mion goes back to normal. She never had a freak out, no nothing. And Keiichi's just sitting there like, what the hell just happened, man? You proper... That's pretty crazy. I'm not too sure what to think of that right now. Keiichi feels like Rika going missing is his fault because she had a go at him. You remember. She went all crazy-eyed. You remember that. He doesn't tell them why, and Mion and Reina are looking at him a bit odd. But we reckon at this point that Mion is still Shion? Or is this Mion? I can't actually remember. You can't, well, I mean, I say remember. You can't tell is the obvious thing. He sees the construction workers then and is like, huh. And that's sort of what convinces him not to say anything. So that's pretty weird. At home, he does some more blaming of Shion and then realizes, no, blaming Shion ain't going to solve nothing. Got to actually get this sorted. He gets a phone call from Mion saying to come over right now. So at this point, I think that was actually Mion calling him. Because he's like, Shion? No, wait, this is Mion. Or maybe it was Shion because maybe the pause was, oh crap, he's on to me. Maybe. I'm not too sure. It could be, though. He meets her at the water wheel and then she's like, I think you have something to tell me. So, at this point, was it Mion? Because I definitely think... No, this must have been Mion. I think this was Mion and not Shion, but I'm not sure. I hope we get this revealed later on because I'm all over the place. We then see her land, her family's land. It's very big. They have an old-fashioned house. It's very nice. But she's like, I want one of your houses. And I'm like, your house is like 7 of Keiichi's house, Mion. God damn it, grass is always greener though. Winter here is apparently bad. I wonder if that'll come into play. She's like, yeah, it's going to snow bad a lot. And I'm like, huh. Don't remember it snowing in the original, but, oh, of course not, it was summer. But I wonder if that's going to come into play. She goes out to make tea, and then she comes back and she's like, I know you feel like someone's out to get you. Maybe they swapped here. Maybe when she went to get tea, they swapped for Shion or Mion. Maybe this is where they swapped around. That actually makes quite a lot of sense. They probably did do that, didn't they? He tells her he went to the storehouse. Lots of people already knew about that, including her, though. Okay, so that's pretty bad. People think they should be punished for entering the storehouse, a lot of people. But Mion, good girl Mion, is like, Keiichi, I'm on your side. I will not betray you for nothing. He can't trust her because Rika started acting all weird, which makes he's distrustful of everyone because she acted nothing like he thought he knew her, but he didn't really, basically. And now he can't trust anyone. So again, Rika, making life harder for Keiichi, not great. She's like, I'll always be by your side and all that. And he's like, okay, I'll trust you, Mion. Which, I think this is Mion. I think Mion is trustworthy. Shion is deceitful, I think is how it works. He asks, hey, why do people die on Watanagash? The festival. My reading today is awful. My eyes really hurt, actually. I should probably go to bed. She says, there's no curse. People are using it as an excuse to kill people on that day. The Oyashiro-sama's curse. It's basically, hey, you piss off the village, you're going to die on that day. So, because people are doing it, not because there's an angry deity or anything else. No, it's just people using it to their advantage, using the rumors to their advantage. So it would just be kind of waved off, like, oh, it's just the curse again. Don't need to investigate too hard. But actually, it's people. So maybe you should investigate a little bit harder. She takes him to a secret torture room, but she also says these devices have been put away for good. They're not going to be used, but people think, they can be used because they're here, and that's enough for some people. Go to the super secret safe room at the bottom. She's like, you could live here for a month. And Keiichi's like, okay, I'm not going to do that. And she's like, yeah, you are. Basically, she locks him in the cell, basically because it's not safe. People want to kill Keiichi, and Mion's like, I'm going to protect you. You stay here. I'm going to do something about all the people that are going to carry out the curse while you are safe down here, which is fair enough. She even says, hey, just say I locked you in here in case I don't come back, which is like, Mion's really good, isn't she? Like, she's a good person, despite the fact that she gets so much crap from just about every direction. Mion's a good person. I think we've come to that conclusion. Since the damn incident, this whole community spirit thing, right? Remember when the dudes helped out Keiichi? It's turned from, hey, we want to help each other, to if you go against a village, we will all kill you. Which is, a little bit different. I think we can agree there. As the head, which is Mion is the head, it's my duty to stop all this killing and everything. And then she's all like, love you, man. And it's really heartfelt. She's like, I love you. I'm like, that's a death flag right there. You are dead, Mion. You're not coming back. She loves him and will protect him. Then there's an alarm and she's like, oh, well, someone's here. I guess I'm going to go deal with that. Which I don't think we actually see who was on the monitor at this point. So what does that mean? What could it be? I don't know. I have no idea. She grabs a nearby pistol, or was it a rifle? It was probably a pistol, and heads up. The cops can't be trusted, she also says before she leaves. And then she's like, if someone else comes to find you, tell them I locked you up. And Keiichi's like, wait, breaks through the door after she's left. The cell door came off very easily for a cell door, However, it's a safe house. It has a big, solid, metal proper door as well, which he can't break through as easily. He sees the construction workers on the monitor, which I feel like is actually going to be a red herring, and can't get through the second door. Kept smashing it. Eventually, he just kept smashing his head. I'm like, man, go for your arm. If you're going to break something, break your arm. You need your head to survive Keiichi. But he ends up smashing his head so much that he goes unconscious, which is... Good job, Keiichi. You almost got yourself killed. I mean, I know I'm being a bit sarcastic, but Why was he using his head? It's not that scene in Toy Story where he's like, I don't want to use my head. And then he goes through the grate. It's not like that, Keiichi. You got arms. There's things you could probably try and pry it loose. I know it probably wouldn't work, but hey, nice to have a backup plan, I guess, other than just smash your head against it. You know, that could cause brain damage or something. When he's awake, Oishi is there basically saying, stay with me, man, stay with me, you know, as you do. After his discharge, he's looking at the doll that he gave Mion in the window and everything, which is like, oh, it's nice memories. Oishi shows up basically to say, hey, Keiichi, I'm going to fill you in on everything that happened while you were asleep. So there was a gunshot nearby which alerted the cops, which I actually think maybe that was Mion. Mion had a gun, but I don't think she killed her, you know, I mean, Satoko was there with her. I'll get to it in a minute, but I don't think she shot Satoko. I think maybe it was the either she was shooting at the baddies or the baddies shot her, and that's what alerted the cops. Because let's get to all of it then. At the bottom of the well in the underground bit, there were 3 bodies: the mayor, Grandma Sonozaki, she was there as well, and also Shion. Now the question is, was this Shion or was this Mion? Like, I would expect the cops to be able to tell the difference with forensics and whatever else, but maybe not. I don't know. But I think this was actually Shion, or at very least, I think Mion was definitely the one that said that she loves Keiichi and left. It's just a question of maybe Shion killed Mion, dumped the body. No, that would actually make some sense. Shion killed Mion, dumped the body, switched clothes and everything, and then killed Satoko and then herself. But then where did the construction workers come into play? Were they working with Shion? Nah, that don't make sense. I don't know. I really don't know. This is a tough one. Also, 3 more old bodies were in that well as well that were like 10 years old. I don't think they're really going to be relevant, but they were down there. Rika was in that locked room. She was dead. They said it was pretty gruesome, so I'm assuming her stomach was, you know, ripped out again. Mion was dead next to Satoko in the Sonozaki mansion. Yeah, Keiichi's just like, what the hell? Why is everybody dead? You know? Reina's alive. Reina, that's that silver lining. Reina lived. So that's good, I guess. He's like, Oishi's like, I'll have to ask you more questions at some point. And I'm just like, bro, you just told him like all his friends were dead. like out of nowhere. Like, that's crazy. Like, you just want to ask him questions? Keiichi then starts thinking, hang on a minute. Maybe Mion killed everyone and actually was trying to kill me. She wasn't trying to keep me safe. She was trying to murder me, which I don't believe. I think Mion was trying to keep him safe. And either she swapped with Shion later on and then Shion killed Satoko, or Mion was protecting Satoko but ended up getting killed in the process, and so did Satoko. Basically, what I'm saying is I think Mion is a good one, and either Shion's the bad one, or Shion died via some other means. Maybe it was all set up to make it look like Mion. I don't think she's the bad one. It's too obvious, right? All the clues are pointing to Mion, which makes me think it's not Mion, which is pretty crazy. Honestly, just that bit, that was the end of the episode, probably should mention. We get the next arc, next episode, which I assume is going to be sort of like the 3rd arc of the original, which focuses a lot on Satoko and her uncle. Yeah, I think if it is following that one, I forgot to check the titles, I normally do, but I forgot because the internet was down. Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing exactly what happens. This one, I think Mion was innocent. I'm gonna be straight with you. Hope we do get like an answer arc, so to speak, because I'd like to know who exactly killed who in these timelines, because it's a confusing. But yeah, let me know who you think. Let me know what you think happened, because I think Mion is innocent. That is definitely the 100% thing. Either I think Shion killed Mion, then swapped with her, and then killed Satoko, or Mion protected Satoko, or tried to protect Satoko from the construction workers, who then killed them. I think Shion might have been dead the whole time, / Mion. Oh no, because Shion was definitely the one at the beginning, which made her seem evil. Let me know what you think. Because I got no idea. But what was my favourite part of the episode? Let's have a look. So my favourite part is actually, it's almost comedic how, not blatant, but how, you know, not cool it was of Oishi. Basically, just him being like, oh yeah, they're all dead, by the way, you know. Very casual. I get that he's a police officer and he's got to do his job and everything, but the man just, Keiichi's just there like, so that all my friends, what, Reina's his only friend he's got. Like, maybe Reina killed everyone because she wants to be with, that's stupid. There's no signs pointing to that, but I'm just going to, dartboard, arrow a dartboard. I'm so tired. I need to go to bed. I think I'll wrap this up here. Sorry for this absolute shambles of a video. I feel like it has been fairly shamblesy, but I've done my best under the circumstances. The circumstances being I'm tired and I wanted to get this out today. So yeah, let me know what you think happened. Let me know if don't let me know if you're excited, because of course you're excited. We're all excited. See you next week for the next arc. That should be good. I wonder how it's going to differ, because if I remember right, I won't say what happens, but yeah, should be good. I kind of like Satoko, to be honest. She is, I was going to say she's the most good, but now Mion is the most good. And Satoko at the beginning, man, when she was all suspicious of Keiichi, I don't know why, but that made me really think something's up with her. Like, I don't know if that's just me looking way too deep into it, but she was pulling this face, right? The face she was pulling was not a, innocent face. It was a, I think you did it, Keiichi, kind of face, which is less than good. Maybe she knows what's going on as well. That'd be crazy. But anyway, let me know what you thought happened in this week's episode. As I said, I will see you next week, hopefully on Thursday next week. Should be. For another episode of this. Take care, and bye, guys.